Just getting here to the shop. Let's see what the guys are up to. Somebody's already splitting wood, getting that all ready. We have the stump grinder already loaded up, mini loaded up. We actually have to disconnect that chipper from that bucket. That was from yesterday. We actually have our bucket truck in there. That's actually getting the clutch done, so it's not going to be ready for a couple days. That's all good. We have the Freightliner, so that isn't an issue. This older International is perfectly fine how it is. That's fine right there with the stump grinder and the mini there. And right now we're just getting everything ready to go. The guys are getting all ready, and then we're gonna head over to our first job. All ready to go. Got everything all set up. All the guys are all set. Just making it here to the job of the day. You guys might recognize this spot. It's the 100-acre farm. Today we're back here mostly to do a bunch of cleanup. The crew's actually up there. You probably can't see them, but the crew's up there. Berardo should be on his way right now with the mini. They have the bucket truck all set up with the chip truck. They're doing a bit of trimming. Today's game plan is just to make sure this area on this road here is completely cleaned up. All these ditches, everything like that. Only the stuff we did. You can notice there's a couple branches here, but up there's a couple branches from trees that we cut that we have to make sure it's all cleaned up. If you remember from the last video, it actually got super late on us, so we weren't really able to clean up that well, but we did remove all the logs that were on the side of the ditch and all the bigger branches. All that was removed. Now we have a couple piles of logs that are on the other side of the ditch, as well as this pile here that I wasn't able to knock out last video. And I'll also pick up this small pile here of older stuff that was already there. We also missed one tree that we have to remove there. We're gonna actually remove two. There's a smaller one on the side that we're gonna knock out as well. You can't really see it. It's the one closest to that little lake there, but we're gonna remove that, no problem. We also have one small tree that was actually left that we didn't get to. That's no problem, we'll knock that out. You kind of see the guys coming right now with both minis. The plan right now is to grab those logs, toss them on the road, and then the other mini will load them into the truck. That way we can knock that out really quick. And then me and Berardo are gonna continue up this way, cleaning up the best we can while the guys finish up the pruning. My pops, my brother, and I already walked around, told the guys everything that they need to do. My brother's actually knocking out all the stumps, so he's grinding the stumps up there. Every single stump that you see from the trees that we cut, they're getting knocked out. Eventually we'll make it all the way down here and knock out these stumps as well. But right now, like I said, we're gonna get those logs loaded up, and then me and Berardo are gonna continue up. Right now the plan is to use one mini to put them there on the road. That way Berardo could grab them with the 85. He'll quickly load them up into the truck, and that way we'll knock this out pretty fast. We have that small pile there that we have to get rid of, and then we'll move on to those two small trees that we have to get. We'll drop those, we'll pull them out, get that all ready to get chipped up, and then we're gonna move along, start knocking stuff out. set filling this truck up, but Ardo's already heading up there. There's actually a couple logs that are on the other side of the ditch. He's gonna go figure out how he could bring them onto the road. I'm gonna head over to get this truck dumped. It's not completely full, but it's basically there, so I think I'm just gonna head over, get it dumped. We're only about maybe 10 minutes away. Get it dumped, come back. That way we can fill up the ones that are on the other side of the ditch, and then we have a couple bigger pieces that we still have to drop, but that's gonna fill up the rest of that one. So we're gonna head over, get it dumped, and we'll be right back. Making it back over to where the guys are. Right now they're working on cleaning up this road. They already got all those logs out of there, and we're about to drop these 3 pieces here so we can load them up into the truck. Got these 3 dropped. They actually ended up landing in here, so I'll grab them with the mini. I'll put them on the road. The guys will cut them up smaller, then we'll start loading everything up into the truck. We have this pile here that we also have to load up. I already set up the GMC. I just got to open the doors. We'll start loading everything up, and then we'll clean up this road, make sure that's all cleaned up. We got to make sure all the ditches are nicely cleaned up, and then we have a couple trees there that we have to knock out after. So let's get this all cleaned up so we can move on to those trees. Made it back with the truck emptied. Now we have to figure out how to get these 3 logs in there. You could just see how massive they are, and the guys actually left the mini back there, so now it's basically stuck. I have to figure out how we're gonna get it out of there, and it's a complete mess. That isn't really a big deal anyways, but we do have to figure out how we're gonna get the machine out of there. I know for a fact it's gonna struggle with these 2, but I should be able to do it by myself. This one here isn't really an issue. The guys also knocked out the 1 tree that was left there. You kind of see the logs are already on the ditch here. Load those up, no problem. Then we also have 1 smaller piece there that we have to grab. That isn't an issue, but we're all set on this area here. Just have to pass the blower on the road, making sure this whole area is all flat, cleaned up, leave it all nice. All right, so we finished down there. I was able to load up all those logs. I don't know how well you could see it, but the GMC is already up here. That's all ready to go get dumped. We'll leave that like that for now. My brother's down on that road right now. He's passing the blower, making sure it's all cleaned up. He's gonna leave it all nicely cleaned up so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Now the plan is, I got the shovel on the Mini. I came up to where he was knocking out the stumps. I have to pick up these stump grinds and I'll toss them right into that wood chip pile there. So we have one there, we have this one here, third one there, and a bunch. He basically knocked out every single stump that was on this right side. Now he has to knock out every single one that's on the left side. But first, like I said before, we want to make sure that that road right there is completely cleaned up so we don't have to worry about it anymore. The guys are actually in the back there. I don't know how well you could see it, but there's a tree that they're getting ready to drop. That was the one that was overhanging the fence. It was a real issue, but they were able to drop those branches. So that's basically all set. They're gonna drop that final piece while I take care of picking up the stump grinds. And then at some point, we gotta go back there with the grapple, pick up those logs, load them up into the GMC so we could take it over to the dumping spot and most likely call it a day. That's the final tree we have to cut in this area until we start the ones along that fence line, which that will be another day. Right now we're gonna worry about the stump grinds, cleaning up that road, making sure that's all nicely cleaned up, and knocking out this final tree that we needed to drop. Just making it back home. It was another long day. We got a good amount of work done though. I do want to thank anybody who took their time out of the day to watch the video. Any questions, any comments, any tips for me, leave them down below. Catch you guys next time.